There's maybe some question what character we're gonna get from CaKe. I think we're gonna find out in a matter of seconds here. And it is gonna be the Duck Hunt. I think that makes sense because like at this point you go with your strongest character, and you're kind of banking on maybe Palutena not being comfortable in the Duck Hunt matchup. I'm certainly not an expert on Neko's who their sparring partners are, but this is certainly a matchup we've seen tonight. This is certainly a matchup that can make you look real foolish if you don't know how to play against the cannon and against the gunman. And that's to say nothing of the clay pigeon.
Absolutely. So CaKe is already guaranteed their best finish in a Galaxy Gambit at the very least. They've had some pretty decent they've had some, oh my gosh. Yeah, pretty decent finishes and looking to keep on going with it as Neko is going to have first blood drawn on them by this Duck Hunt. I mean, this is an absolute bloodhound for sure and certainly looking as hungry as ever.
Yeah, forget about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. CaKe is out here playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Frisbee. But Neko undeterred, still happy to zippity doo dah around with the teleport cancels. Love to see it. Oh, that's a scary looking can, but that was a good response from Neko. Maybe showing a little some command of this matchup, knowing that like just hitting it and then it's not going to explode on your shield, and being able to like ultimately capitalize that into an edge guard, not getting shield poked, and now getting CaKe back off stage. But can coming through again.
Ooh. That's
okay.
Yeah, we're
setting up the can on the platform.
And this is about what you want from CaKe, trying to see if you can obviously Palutenas like to attack on the elevated areas whenever they can. They like to abuse that hitbox that up air and nair kind of affords them, but yeah, CaKe trying to see if they can bait them into it, get them out of some of those standard Palutena habits. Doing decently thus far, definitely controlling the pace of this one, and that is going to be a straight up duck to the chest that takes Neko out of their second stock.
Yep. And I love I also love what Neko or what CaKe is doing here, just from a data collection standpoint of doing the same setup, gunman can, and you can kind of collate the data that you get from how okay, Neko did this response this time, Neko did this response this time, so you can start to get a read on the probabilities and the habits. And that's really how you kind of have to play this character, especially against you cannot give Palutena an inch. I mean, we all know that. We're in Tri-State. We all know that. And anything that you can learn against the character or the person behind the sticks is going to be really, really useful because you're kind of giving yourself the cheat codes.
Yeah, so now as we're seeing the end game here for both of these individuals, both on their losers, not their loser side stock, my God, both on their last stock of this game number one, not quite as finite as I was making it out to be initially. I do apologize.
We'll get there.
Yeah, Neko eventually in due time, but certainly neither of these two want to be there all that soon. They are looking to get into top 8, and yeah, Duck Hunt's presence is looming large for sure. However, Neko making a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, and getting damage is Palutena can really excel at that right now, but you have to watch it. Okay, getting around the can, teleport, really, really useful, but oh my God. I was asked at Xeno on Wednesday, Duck Hunt can't really kill with gunmen, can they? But you saw right there. It's a thing. You get enough damage, and that's the guy. Gaucho is gonna get you.
Yeah, you're telling me. So that is a rough way to go about it. If you are Neko. Interesting developments at the end of that one. Definitely made it a little bit closer than it looked to be initially, but still coming up short on the scoreboard. And yeah, that one from CaKe is the indicator of such.
Yes. And I think like CaKe is so what we've seen, I think, tonight from CaKe is that this is somebody who's really, really looking to make a name for themselves tonight. Um, this is probably their toughest test that they've gone up that they've had so far. But like they are really kind of looking to make an example out of all of their opponents here tonight, and they have done so far. Maybe less so against Neko. Neko really showing that they know how to play against Duck Hunt, but that might end up not being enough. Except 76% in 7 seconds is pretty good too.
Yeah, honestly, it's not like they're going to complain about it. So, Neko is.
Oh wow, can control.
Yeah, I mean you need that if you're a Duck Hunt though. That is what separates all the truly great Duck Hunts from the.
Yep.
Yeah, you might get a win here and there, but you're going 1 and 2. So.
The cans from the can-nots.
There you go. That's
yeah.
I mean, couldn't have said it better myself as I guess I just proved. So, Neko, still trying to dominate the, trying to play around this Duck Hunt that's more than content to just kind of sit back, but then they hit the gas pedal and they just run Neko over. Again, CaKe goes up.
And that one in particular looked like maybe catching Neko DIing out of the can and catching them with that aerial. Oh, but you're gonna have to recover there. Okay, makes it back. And good job from Neko to even up that stock and not let this game get out of hand.
Now trying to continue on as yeah, just absolute craziness happened in loser's bracket, but we're still trying to qualify one more individual for winner's side. It is a just brutal fight to the finish between these two competitors, and as we saw, that fair taking some pretty decent chips out of the shoulder of Palutena. Now Neko's gonna have to play like one certainly exists there, as they are, well, they're trying to get back into it, and doing
yeah,
so
they really
pretty
are.
successfully.
Yeah, and Neko's really showing that they are a distance demon. Like Palutena is a distance demon as well. The placement on the explosive flames has been expert as well from Neko. To say nothing of the nickel and diming from Auto Reticle. A lot of this matchup, and a lot of any character's matchup against Duck Hunt, is just dealing with what Duck Hunt puts on the screen. But if you can put stuff on the screen that Duck Hunt has to deal with, that's okay. Pinball Wizard, that's a really, really critical stock there from, and that's an even more critical stock from Neko to even that up before he got out of hand once again. Neko is not letting CaKe run away with this.
Yeah, no, they're certainly going to have something to say about it. In fact, are taking a lead. The Nair is just going to be a little too much for CaKe to handle. If you are not ready to deal with it, then you're not ready to deal with winner's side top 8, says Neko. And we'll have to see how assertively they're able to say it. That Palutena gonna have to say it with their whole damn chest at this point, trying to get these follow-ups. Looking to up smash the can back into the face of CaKe, and they're not having it.
What an air dodge!
Neko is going for it, man. This is
yeah, and they got him. They got him. That's it.
Wow.
Okay, like that was wow. The end of that was like being on a roller coaster, but like the fun part of a roller coaster, because like it was like the whole, like almost all of that game was Neko being like, all right. Like not turtling so much as it is like just like holding their own, treading water, staying above water, staying alive and surviving. Yeah. Counterpunching and not letting CaKe run away with leads. And then on last stock, Neko just like completely shifted into a different gear, got that low percent combo, got that like takes jump off stage and got a lot of mileage off of that, and then eventually just like showing that they have expert placement on Explosive Flame as well, able to pile on damage and ultimately get the kill off of that, and kind of exploiting some of Duck Hunt's flaws as a character in that, like, they can be a little bit stationary in the air from time to time. And now this gets pretty interesting because CaKe, who has been making mincemeat out of most of their opponents tonight, is forced to answer this Palutena, and I don't know how they're going to do it.
Palutena has had quite the road to get where they are, having to take out Armadillo and Atomisk just in this top 64 alone. So certainly not an easy road for this Palutena. Pretty impressive streak of wins for CaKe as well, having beaten Lightning Quiz and so they've only dropped 1 game apiece, 2 games apiece now in this winner's side bracket. So it's gonna be a race to see who can give each of them their 3rd loss. And it's going to happen here as we step back into the octagon for game number 3. Quick thinking on the can there from CaKe. And again, it's going to be so crucial to establish that this set play from CaKe, it needs to be on point if they want to prove themselves worthy of a top 8 spot.
Yep. And that platform is an absolute death trap for both characters. To say nothing of the can and Duck Hunt's ability to shark with the up air, and to say even less about Palutena's ability to shark with up with nair and up air of her own. So
I just feel like in general, Palutena is able to get more out of those platform traps consistently.
Most definitely. But so I mean, to that end, it's going to be on CaKe to really not put themselves in a situation where they can really get hit on that platform. Oh, but there's the can. The can is just looming, and CaKe has shown that they have a real propensity to find those like miracle can angles.
Doing pretty decent with it thus far. CaKe gonna try to just knock over the can and see.
With explosive flame again. Man. Neko really, from like the midpoint of game 2 to this point in game 3, Neko has had the timing on when CaKe is gonna run in, and they've been ready for that timing with an explosive flame every time. And now the onus is on CaKe to not let this game get out of hand.
And there you go, though. You jumped right into the can, and it's gonna blow up in your face. CaKe making this one competitive, and that's going to be tough. I think
CaKe is more than willing to take that trade to get the stock as well. I love coming right off the ledge with that nair, hitting your way onto the stage. The lingering frisbee, and there's the snipe of the can, and now the game back and forth, even percents basically, and CaKe or Neko going super aggro in with the teleport cancel and finding the upside. I'm reacting to things that happened 15 seconds ago because there's so much happening.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
CaKe on the comeback trail here, and this is something that we haven't really brought up. Explosive flames trying to catch CaKe, and they're going to follow up with the nair, and this may well be a last stock situation, a tense one at that. Neko will have to make it so.
Another trade.
Indeed they do. It's going to be yeah, and that's the thing that we have to come down to. It may well just be a matter of how we talk about can control, Clam. There's a reason that we don't talk about explosive flame control or auto reticle control. It's because you don't have to. It pops out exactly where you want it to, when you need it to, and that might just be it. Just like the ease of access and how obtuse can be at times. However, CaKe certainly proving that is not an obstacle for them. It's merely a challenge, and it's one that they have accepted time and time again throughout this tournament. Now, Neko.
My God, scary can.
Oh, man. Yeah, the CaKe is going to be the first one in triple digits, though. Neko trying to close this one out, but Duck Hunt deceptively hard to kill as they've been really throughout all of the games they've been in. It's going to be down throw, looking for
air dodges out of
to finish.
Oh my God, scary DI, but still living. All right, no can, and gets ledge trapped.
Oh my God!
Air dodges through the back air. Still an opportunity to live here. Oh, okay.
Neko.
Oh my God.
That's game.
Wow.
Neko survives a test from this Duck Hunt, and man, oh man, what a way to come out on top. Neko winds up winning this one 2-1. CaKe fought like a warrior to the very end.